Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 19th of February. So what pairs to be trading today? Well, that's a question and a half, isn't it? Let's firstly look at the news events due out today. It's just click on here. So 19th, and there's very little to discuss in terms of news. One thing I would say is Friday's PPI, certainly the US PPI, Producers Price Index, really did give a kicker. Disappointing data there. Disappointing positive data for the disappointing if you're looking for a reduction in inflation. That is, came in higher than expected. Anyway, moving on to this week, and there's bank holidays in Canada and the US today. We've got President's Day, of course. So this afternoon could well be a tad on the quieter side. Who knows? Sometimes you get a load of traders that come in, they're not working, and they'll come into the markets in the afternoon. We'll see. Get a few retail traders, but the volumes may be very light. Right, that is it for today. I'm just looking through the week actually, and there are some other data coming out this week, but it's well, I'm really looking towards Thursday when we get the French, German, and UK, and then the US flash manufacturing services and manufacturing and services data coming out. So we got that to come. Anyway, that's not now. Today it's potentially a quiet afternoon. And certainly, we'll see what else we've got. Let's look at these markets technically then, starting off with the euro. Euro largely still in this downward trend. However, we've managed 4 up days, well 3 up days, and we're on the 4th one at the moment, and we are breaking out my little regression channel. Going out a bit sideways on this 4-hourly. I'm just looking, in fact I might, well no, I'll leave that for now. I was going to get rid of the regression channel, but they're quite handy to leave. If it does start breaking down, it becomes, the central point becomes a good target. But we've got this sort of higher low that's actually been effectively clicked in now on the 4-hourly. So, well, it's changing the structure on the intermediate time frame there, and not far off of changing it on the upper time frames. So the euro just starting to turn the corner a little bit at the moment. For how long is another question, of course, but nothing immediately setting for me there. The pound, likewise, I had signals. You can see I still got the alerts on from last week, expecting to see if it would break down, but it wasn't to be, and well, it's just continuing at the moment. The higher lows coming in here. It's such a messy market though. Really don't like it, so I'll leave that alone. US dollar yen, it's got the okay for the green light for the upside, but it's not really doing too much at the moment. It flew up there on Friday. It was earlier in the week, beg pardon. Friday it did go back up there, but it stalled. There we are. There was its flying up on Friday, but it's stalled somewhat at the moment. We'll see what comes of this. I'm still expecting possibly maybe more upside. Aussie dollar, nothing in terms of pairs that I'm looking to get into at the moment. The Aussie dollar's got some scope. Higher lows already in there. It's broken the levels here that I'd been previously looking at. We went through on Friday, pushed through. The lovely move on the retracement there this morning, possibly all done. Of course, on Friday's move went post news, so it wasn't one I was in, that's for sure. I was still waiting last week for the breakdown on the downside, but we'll see what develops. But it does look like quite a few of these markets are switching course a little, or potentially switching course. This is broken above its pivotal area here. Looks like it's failed to continue with the head and shoulder pattern, although it's got potential yet, but not looking quite so good. US dollar CAD, it started its track back southbound later on, having had flyer last week. Later in the week, it's started its track back. We'll see. I'm just sort of really looking here. Break below these prior lows will give us a lower high, and potentially I quite like this more on a swing basis. So we'll be watching there at the moment. That's possibly the first one I've seen that has some scope. Of course, it's a bank holiday in Canada as well today, so this could be lower. We could see lower volumes in the CAD. New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar continuing to push through here. It started to track last week, maybe this now. It caught me out on Friday on a trade I was in, but it's pretty much done what I expected it to do in terms of coming back towards this quarterly pivot. Now it's a case of whether it will break that. It's already done quite a bit of movement so far this morning through the Asian session there, slowing up. This week as we go forward, I'm looking to see if it breaks that I say quarterly pivot. It's the monthly pivot on here. See if we on this time frame, but the quarterly pivot as well. And I've just got that sitting below on different chart. So looking for the quarterly and the monthly pivots to be broken, and it could be on for a bit of more of a move on the New Zealand dollar. The Swissy's consolidating a little bit where it is at the moment. Now, are we going to get the breakdown to the lower side here? We're seeing, this is where we're seeing more, or seen more strength. It would appear with the US dollar, but it's come off on Friday. Well, I'm just looking here. Maybe we'll get a breakdown to the breakdown this trend line here on the shorter time frame. So, but still, really on the bigger time frames, I don't really want to be trading against that at the moment. The higher lows in there is looking too strong. So maybe hold fire on that. Okay, Euro Yen here. Let's just have a quick look at this. Continue to push through. Now we're seeing lots of retail traders shorting this one. Whenever we see this, we just generally see a decent continuation. So watching this carefully, but again, this might later in the morning continue its little path here, maybe up towards its R1 territory. We'll see if they can get a reversal this morning. I will keep an eye on that one. So there we go. There's a few. Now I'm going to go through some more of these markets in the trading room. There is a link on the bottom. If you're watching this on YouTube, there is a link on the bottom. You can join me. So I'll see you on that. But I will just look at the indices briefly, and gold, of course. Let's just have a look at gold here. Gold continued just to pull back a little bit here, get back into range. It's not really a selling point at the moment. This is where the big money was suggesting the week before last. I haven't checked it this morning. A busy weekend, but maybe we'll get a bit more continuation through on that. Oil holding up there at the moment. Going on Friday, it's all change on Friday. It sort of switched across there. It actually went earlier on there, 2 o'clock sort of area. Just really saw a continuation. It's looking on the lower time frames here that it's got some potential, so we'll see how that develops. Saying that the US markets won't be open, so we won't get such a move there potentially. We'll see. US dollar, the S&Ps, from a daily perspective, largely still, very much in an upward trend there. I think it's very dangerous trying to be wanting to short this market if that's what you're doing at the moment. Morning, Mike. It's got some scope there to continue on the upside today. At the moment, it might be a really quiet one. What the US market's closed, so futures might not do too much. So there we go. There's a DAX which is open. And it did last week finish off the distance of the channel here. I can actually take that channel off now because it starts annoying me after a while. Once they're spent, that's it, they're spent. We're really in this upward trend here, and we should have, if you're going to put anything on your charts, just have a simple trend line kicking there. and that's the current route, and that's with a bigger time frame and everything else. So all looking positive there. Let's have a look at the FTSE then. I'm told it's got a bearish daily divergence. Okay, over these two highs here, I'd imagine. Yep. Yeah, it's there. It's had such a retrace between the divergence. I do wonder it'll just continue. We'll see. It's not been the most reliable of markets. It did pick up in the end of last week, of course. It broke everything here, which was its resistance points, and has gone. I'm still aiming on the upside of on the lower time frames of this, but yeah, you just be aware of the divergence. But as I say, it had such a big retrace in between it that it might not have quite the same play. It might have already worked off all the sellers basically, and the buyers are in there. Okay, that's pretty much it there. I will just look at seeing how Bitcoin's doing, because it's been on a run, and it's a bit like the US equity market's just stalled up a little bit up here where it is at the moment. It's into its so it's yearly R1 now, so it really has had a good old start to the year. Sitting up there looking positive. I actually need to just come out on a weekly basis a little bit and see where we are relatively. Yeah, we're not a long way away. Not a long way away now, and I should imagine there'll be plenty of media going on there, suggesting it will go up to the moon this time. Okay, right, so that's where we are at the moment. I'm going to end this on for the YouTubers here. If you want to carry on, I'm back in the room. There's a link underneath this video. Take care, catch you later. There we go.